What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mel for another classic review, and today I'm reviewing a classic, which this one I don't know. I think this is a must-see when if you're in the season for October, even for Disney back in the old days, like in the '60s. This one caught my attention like a couple of months ago. I was watching a review of different popular Disney Halloween movies to watch in October, and this one is ranked number 3 or number 2, and this one's called The Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. And I'll tell you why, but before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, did you subscribe to this channel? If not, the Scarecrow might come after you. Sorry about that. You know why I did not laugh. So let's begin the review, shall we? So yeah, the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, or its film, Dr. Syn Alias The Scarecrow, which is in the US, it was a 3-part series, part of Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, hosted by Walt Disney himself. It was a 3-part series, while in the UK, it was a full film, which was actually filmed in the UK, literally. It was released in 1963, and this is actually a good one because it stars Patrick McGoohan playing Dr. Christopher Syn, aka the Scarecrow, who is actually based on a book. I can't remember. If you know what I'm talking about, it's similar to the one Hammer did of Captain Clegg, or in the US version, because remember Disney bought the rights to the story of Dr. Syn. The Monsters of the Marsh? I can't remember shit. I seen the movie. It stars Peter Cushing as Dr. Syn. But yeah, let's go back to Disney because this was a good one. So the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, it has to be an icon because it's like it takes place around the time of the Revolution, but in the rural parts of England. The marshes. You got the Minutemen, who are the ones stopping trafficking, French liquor and that. Of course, they have one problem. They have this famous outlaw, the Scarecrow, smuggling not just liquor, but money. Because due to the taxes of King George III, you know why. So yeah. And he became a pain, so they had to send a whole militia there. By night, he's the Scarecrow. By day, he's the local vicar named Dr. Christopher Syn, according to his friend Mr. Sexton. We got Simon Bates. Plus, they're friends with the Squire Thomas. I think it's Bates as well. I gotta check. Yeah. Of course, they're like the horns to a certain general named General Paul, who was in charge of the area, and is getting tired of the Scarecrow making fun of him. Also, we got some characters like the Squire's daughter, including his long-lost son, who was kidnapped by the British Navy, being forced to serve the Royal Navy at the age of 18. And of course, we had some familiar scenes because this is actually a good movie to watch. It takes place like in the 17th, 18th century, right there. The one thing I like is it's him. It's like he's playing two people, but they're two different people. Like, you see Dr. Syn is this gentleman, kind of vicar that helps people. At night, he's a different person. He's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And there was one scene it's like, okay, you have the trial of when they capture one of the helpers of the smuggling ring, and he wants to make a deal by spilling the beans of everybody, including who was the Scarecrow, with the magistrate. And he tells them to meet him in the abandoned abbey, which, of course, when the magistrate arrives there, it wasn't him he met, it was the Scarecrow. He just jumped out of nowhere And this one, the master tried to leave, and nope, he's been ganged up by his men, all wearing masks and everything. Once they grab him, that's when the Scarecrow releases cackling. This maniacal laugh. It's more like this, not the one I did like this. Sorry, mine sucked. Let me find the laugh here. I continue here. But yeah, there was a trial, which of course he has his own trial, like the trial against this traitor, which of course he has to his lackeys, to his friends. One like wearing a mask of a bird, while the other one wearing a mask of a skeleton. Pretend to be the witnesses and the prosecutor. Which is actually pretty cool. He has a magistrate tried to tell him to let him go, but they gagged him. But yeah, shut the hell up. This ain't your trial. But yeah, of course. He tried to confess he's innocent, but the others are not buying his shit. His bullshit. Not one bit. Oh boy. It's actually pretty funny, actually. The shark keeps going. Meanwhile, the general is waiting for the magistrate to bring the Scarecrow because it's supposed to be a trap, but he's out there in the cold in front of the church, shivering, waiting while during the trial in the barn. So it's kind of intense because hey, you try to narc on us? Oh, there's gonna be hell to pay. Now, of course, he says he'll deal with the vicar later, which is kind of funny because he is the vicar, and nobody knows that because they're all wearing masks. And that's the idea. Period. Of course, let me find the... Okay. Let me find the fudge here. But yeah. You forget all the... There are like important scenes here because you have the son of the squire who's the eyes and ears because he knows... Because the general is usually pestering around his father's home. Like, every time. Because demanding, because why the Scarecrow is run amok while he's supposed to be the law. Oh yeah, here's the laugh. You want to hear a laugh? Here's the laugh. Yep, that's the laugh, people. And damn, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know whose laugh is wacky. This one or the Joker. Nah, man, the Joker was first place because face it, he's a Joker. But we're not talking about him. But yeah, the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh or its film counterpart, Dr. Syn Alias The Scarecrow. But yeah. If you're interested in watching the movie, it's on YouTube because you have two different versions. You got the, if you see one that says full movie, that's the 3-part miniseries because it still has the original intros with Walt Disney in A Wonderful World color. And there are the 6 parts, which is the film version, which, you know how many times I have to download those each part and put in one because I don't like separate. I like to see the full version. And it's pretty tricky to find the actual version than because the one they have is the one from The Wonderful World color. And also there's a documentary about it as well. It's actually quite interesting. From the book, from the stories. But yeah, the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, okay, I recommend it because you don't find something like this anymore because if once you go here, somebody's gonna do this laugh. I mean, literally, it's more like this. Hold it. Yeah, that. Oh yeah, I forgot to say what happened to the guy in the trial. They hanged him. And the magistrate runs away, but in reality, because they put out the lights and made it look like he was hung, they just gave the gold that the magistrate left for the rest of them. As they left, Scarecrow's two friends managed to pull and Lauren down because they actually tied they didn't put the noose on him, but it's actually tied the chair around so it looks like he got hung. and he fainted. What up, baby? But who wouldn't be hanged? Of course, he woke them up and tell him to get out of here because he crossed the border because people will look for you. Run! Run for your life! Yep, that's what he actually said. And of course, when he removed the mask, he laughed. Mr. Sexton, don't you have any respect for the dead? No, literally. And the next morning, they actually put a tombstone of the guy they hanged. And the magistrate just saw that. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Yep. But yeah, that was the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. I recommended to watch this because I want to say again, this is good for a Halloween if you're a fan of those classic Disney films, like to have more of a darker term, not like now. But yeah, if you see this movie on like in, I don't know, reruns or some time ago, I don't know. Let me know tell me what was your favorite scene, or what was your favorite part of the film, or the 3-part series, which is it was originally done in the U.S. In the UK, it was a movie. Not the same thing, except it wasn't divided in 3. It's in the whole film. But yeah, if you like the film, give a like to this video and comment down below what's your favorite scene. If it's the laugh, well, we're on the same page right here. And until then, see you next time. Peace.